We should be live currently.
We are live.
Supposedly.
Do you see comments coming in?
That we've been live. 6 seconds.
Yeah, let me go get you something to drink. Wave at everybody and say, hey, we're here.
We are here if there is anyone who cares about us.
We have an audio check. Audio check.
Audio check. Audio check. We are here if there is anyone who cares about us.
We have an audio check.
Audio check. Audio check.
What's that band? Hey, do you need to turn the audio?
We are here if there is anyone who cares about
Knock
us.
that down so we don't get feedback.
Audio works.
What's that? Somebody.
Audio works. No one's here yet, though.
Okay.
We have 0 watching.
All right.
Feel so loved.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Have some seltzer. Where's mine? Oh, right here. All right, we've got a delay here.
Yes, there is a delay. There's still 0 people watching.
Well, maybe we should just start talking.
One person's watching.
Maybe we should just start talking so that we answer the questions that I meant to cover from comments. People have asked some questions, and I wanted to cover them rather than type out something. I figured I would just sit and explain it. So the question was, they didn't see me shooting my Titan very often, and I thought I shot it a pretty good amount last year, don't you?
Yeah.
But you might not see all the shoots that we go to, and I don't know, 30%, 50% of the time.
40.
40.
40%.
How about that? Between 30 and 50. Grab the Titan there, Leaf. And what do you think of the Titan? Have you really shot it? No, go ahead.
Not extensively.
What do you think of it?
It's a pretty neat bow.
So, I still have to say, if I only owned one bow to do target, 3D, hunt, it would be this one. If I wanted to take hunting out of the equation and focus more on target, I would have to say it would be that bow. Grab that one, if you would please. I think this is, I still can't believe, I love this bow. This is the Gillo, and I think it's one of the best deals. It would be a great Olympic bow. I love the finish on it. I love the size of the riser. It's fairly economical. And one of the reasons I like these style bows, if I only had one, is, and you could start with either bow and shoot your whole career of archery forever and ever with either one. Mainly because you can switch the grip. You can choose what type of grip you like, and that's hugely important, especially for a learner. Very often bows, Sam McSage's, the Regime, the 3 pieces, I like those, but they don't have a grip that will set you up for success. The thinner grip that are set up right will set you up for greater success. And you can change it if you want to shoot low grip, if you want to shoot high grip. You can buy all different grips for it, which is good. Oh, sorry. I'm glad you're high grip, low grip. Same with this. In fact, I think they fit. I think both bows take the same grip, if I remember right. That's a nice Titan wood one. Worked fine. Actually, I bought that grip for this bow, but I like this one just fine. So I put it back and put the Jaeger on the Gillo. So yeah, I still like the Titan a lot. And check this out. So the next part of the question that was asked, and I'll link it to the person who asked the question once I find it again. Which limbs? So you saw that I had the Black Max 2.0s on the Titan. And maybe we should bring this down just a Titan 2.0s. Excuse me. Black Max 2.0s on the Titan. The Gillo G2. I actually have an older set of Black Max on those. And once you go down the ILF slippery slope, that's the cool thing about it. You can get all kinds of different limbs. Um, you can get limbs that shoot any way you want, harder, softer, tighter, whatever, faster, mushier, anything. So back here, I actually bought these limbs, and these are some Black Max limbs that come in at about 30, I think, on that bow, um, on the Titan. The other two, I think I'm running mid 30s, mid to high 30s on both of those bows, I think, even though the other one has a longer limb. Also have some Kayas that I got on sale, some K1s and some K3s. I use these sometimes also. Very powerful limb. So that answers the question about the Titan, unless anybody has a further question on the Titan. And the limbs, mostly mid 30s, or mid high 30s, excuse me, is what I've been using on that for limbs. And probably closer to 40. I think if you look back at the video where I helped Joe set up his Uka limbs and try those out on the G2, we probably had my limb strength at that point. But anyhow, it's all how it feels to you, and that's how you should select your limbs. So the next question that I remember was somebody was asking about the white wolf, and I haven't shot the white wolf in a long while. Mostly the kids shoot it. My daughter likes it, and
The Wind Warrior?
I keep considering selling it because I don't shoot it much, and I have so many other bows. You know, my daughter comes 2-3 times a year. She could shoot the Minuteman, she could 76er, she could shoot all these other bows, but she likes the Wind Warrior. And you like the Wind Warrior, don't you?
Me?
You shot the Wind Warrior when you were, what? Little whipper.
11-ish? 12?
Because his draw wasn't that. And what did you think of the Wind Warrior?
It's a pretty good bow.
I like it. Nice bow, but I don't know. I just don't shoot it as much as I used to. I really love the way it looks and the shape of it. But I find myself shooting bunches of different other bows and a lot of more traditional shaped American flat bows over this. I also have a Hunter White Wolf Target Master. I shoot the Target Master grip a little bit better. That's just the way I shoot, like a medium grip and a larger sight window. I shoot best with that. So I tend to gravitate towards bows that are set up that way. Anything else you want to say about the Wind Warrior?
How deep of a hook do you use when shooting barebow? I'm finding the deeper a hook, the grip of the string, and the better I release the string.
True. So what a lot of people will find is now deep grip, meaning right about here like this. I don't know if you can see that. Oh boy, how do I do it upside down so you can see? So this being deep, just about middle, right on the crease with your middle, just off of it with this, and then just touching with the bottom finger. This is inverted. Flip your screen, and I just did that so you can see, or if I go this way, maybe you can see. So one of the things that does, a deep grip, and people will argue this point a lot. If you put your string on the end of your fingers, your hand has to hold much more. Simple way to check that out is look in a mirror or have somebody video you. If you get a nice deep hook, you can let all of these muscles all the way back relax. That's one of the things coaches will look for, is if they see any strain in any muscle along here, they'll know you're using too much energy to hook. And the more you use more muscles you use, the harder it is to just relax and let the string flow off. So yes, a deeper hook. I haven't hardly met anybody who a deeper hook didn't work better for. There may be people, everybody's a little different, but probably 90% and 95% of the population, nice deep hook is going to use the least amount of muscles and let you release that arrow cleaner. And the release is just a relaxing of the hand. And no flicking forward or any of that. So yes. Any other questions?
Not on the chat.
Barebow, found it on 62. Yeah, I got the temperature got to what time?
45.
45, 46. We went out in t-shirts. Sun reflecting off the snow was pretty amazing. It's that's the warmest it's been in a good while. So yeah, it was a great day. I wandered around the yard and was kind of wishing I could go shoot, but not for a bit yet. And does anybody want to ask Leaf what he's been up to shooting wise? Hint, hint. I have tech support for 20 minutes. Ooh, just knocked out. Earthquake. I have tech support for... Let's get tech support in there. Come on, tech support.
I'm still here. I haven't left.
Okay. There. Tech support. Stay in the... Oh, I keep knocking the place down.
Oh my.
All right, any questions for tech support? There's a Leaf over there. How's his year been going? What do you think's about shooting?
Any problems with your computers?
So, yeah, if you don't know, I always call Leaf tech support. He actually does work for the school doing tech support. He's had that gig for a while now, since you were 15. College credit. Then when he was 16, he could do it for money, and he still does it back and forth for money. I saw something pop up. You want to read that to me, Leaf? For the first real barebow, Spigarelli or Gillo G1, I'm shooting the first real barebow. So this is a question. Ooh, you got the money for G1 27? Sure. I don't know the Spigarelli, so I can't answer on it. I know that's a bigger one over in Europe. The other one would be a CD Archery. So I came into barebow. I'm not a high-level barebow. I'm kind of a beginner barebow. So the G2 is very cost-effective. But if you can afford a G1, a Spigarelli, a CD Archery, they got the new 27, I think. Or the one I was looking at is the Ultralight 25 is another good one. But I don't know. Again, I'm looking at the kind of the lower end beginner barebow and really like the G2 for that. And I use it for barebow. I think for the money, it looks better than a lot of the Olympic bows that people are getting for similar prices. I love the finish, the forged riser. So that's just me. Any other questions for myself or Leaf? Oh, I keep hitting that. I keep causing the earthquakes.
There's 7 people watching, but not many people commenting.
Yeah, I have to say I'm sorry about that. Last minute, I was going to try to have Leaf put out a warning letting us know we were going to do this, but we're never sure we can, with all the stuff going on, that we have enough time to get this done.
During the Super Bowl.
Just before the Super Bowl. So when the Super Bowl starts, we're out of here. We don't want to take people away from the Super Bowl. They're probably all partying and watching the pregame.
So we have 13 minutes.
13 minutes of questions. So one of the big, so if I could only have one bow, it would definitely be the Titan. But people often want to know about your first traditional bow. And so what would you recommend, Leaf, for your first traditional bow?
One of those 3-piece takedowns.
Well,
probably.
what's wrong with the one you have? Would you recommend that? Grab it off the rack there.
Which one?
Second bow up is yours.
Oh, this one.
So
bow.
would you recommend, and I would recommend a 1-piece because it looks nice. I can't remember the models that are similar to this. Um, I've seen a couple of them. You can look at Lancaster or Three Rivers. But a single piece is, if you want, part of it is how you feel about it. But if you want to learn, I'd say grab a three-piece, some kind of aluminum, something with changeable grips. But Leaf does fine with this, and he loves this. He hasn't switched out of that. How many years now?
I don't know, 3,
3.
4,
Oh,
5.
it's got to be more than that. So, I don't hunt. I haven't hunted in years and years and years, and I may hunt with a recurve again if I'll take the time to sit through the hunter safety course, which is 8 hours on a Saturday. Because back when I had my hunting license and hunted deer with a bow, it was a compound bow. Don't tell anybody. Fingers, Jennings Model T. Releases were illegal back then. Release aids. And I would again, but it's a time issue. Time and sitting through that course. If I had my license, I'd just go wander around casually, go hunting. You know,
What?
not heavy hunting.
What a shame if you lost 8 hours of your day.
A Saturday.
You wouldn't be able to sit in front of the computer watching YouTube for 8
Saturday.
hours.
Usually.
Oh my gosh, a shame.
Somebody's got to watch these YouTube videos. So, 3D indoor target, all kinds of different things. 3D's most fun. So, looking forward to possibly going to the Whittingham traditional rendezvous in the spring if I'm all set and can shoot. Leaf was also looking forward to that too. He said he'd still want to go do that because you can get the full experience and it's only the weekend. Where he said Etar is a whole week. He has to give up a whole week, right?
Yeah.
So I shot Lancaster Archery Classic last year. I was unable to shoot this year. I'm unable to shoot at all. So yeah, I would have been at the Classic for sure. That would have been good fun. And if I was, that would have been a tough call. What bow to use? What bow? If I wanted to pretend I was a bare bow shooter, I'd shoot my Gillo. G2. It's all set up for that. But since I'm not really a bare bow archer, yeah, I don't shoot that well. I might just grab one of the other bows and just shoot it for fun, see how well I do, go for the camaraderie, see people, and we may look forward to doing that next year. Any other questions? Leaf, do you have any questions?
No.
No? No?
No questions. Do you
Going
have
to
any
Etar?
questions?
Are you going to Etar next year?
TBD.
Leaf is to be determined about going to Etar. I love going to archery camp. So if he doesn't go, I'll still go probably. Unless something else comes up that eats up all my vacation. But yeah, I'd like to go again. I always love going there. And so that's the only event you have? You have one event planned for the year?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Guess so. One event for the boy. So maybe he'll come shooting once. Do I shoot in the winter and where? Yes. If I wasn't injured, I'd shoot in the winter and I would shoot at the local archery clubs, any place that had a 300, 450 Lancaster Archery Classic, indoor 3D archery, my front yard, out in the snow. Maybe I should make a link to the snow series. The year that it snowed a ton, that's how I kept myself sane. I kept going outside and shooting in all kinds of different snowy conditions.
And shorts.
And I would have been shooting today outside. 40 what? 46 something. Definitely would have been shooting outside.
Someone
Uh,
asked something about a hybrid or something.
Winner, best trails. Itar is the best trails. Romania. I did try the Bodnik Mohawk hybrid, and I like that bow. I shot the hybrid, and I shot the longbow. I like both of those, but I don't feel compelled to have to go buy one of either of those because I have bows that would fit that niche. But if you want a wood riser, uh, recurve, yeah, I thought it was a pretty good bow. Um, although I won't. Yeah, that's a good bow, especially in Europe. If you can get those over in Europe, definitely go for that. I don't know why so many people will buy some of the bows from America that I don't think are as good and don't have the kind of warranty that they do. Um, so especially Europe, definitely, definitely. Um, I like that. I won't mention the RK1 or anything that I kind of like. And because I'm having an issue lifting a bow, I might need an RK1 because it's such a light bow.
Right. That's why you want one.
Well, that would be the excuse.
Just shoot a light wood one.
Yeah, as if we don't have enough light wooden bows. Even the 76ers aren't that heavy. Ben Palomino's not very heavy. Greg gave me two Ben Pearsons to use when it was time to start rehabbing my shoulder. And yeah, I've got plenty of bows to shoot.
You could finish your horse bow.
You finish horse bow right there, another quasi horse bow over there.
Oh, I shot that bow.
Shoot out in the snow today, felt good deep freeze. Yeah. My daughter said it was 25 and raining up by her and can't up way north in New York. Well, it's almost Canada. So, any other things? I think we're coming. We don't want to break into anybody's Super Bowl watching time. Probably all getting their things. We answered the questions about the Titan update, unsolicited stuff about the Gillo, and oh, yep, and the information about the. So, Leaf,
So, Dad.
if you had to bust out your own money and buy a brand new one of these or the bow that you have, I know the answer because you shoot the bow. You could shoot either one. So that was the question. Is it worth the money? I don't know.
How much is that one?
I don't know. I thought there were 6-ish now,
Oh.
but I'm not sure. I think, yeah, I probably paid. I don't remember what I paid for it. It was a while ago. I thought it was similar price. So I think we're going to keep this short and sweet. Just a quick update to let you know we're still here. What do you think? Oh, yeah, and I don't want to go over overtime on tech support because I pay tech support to set this all up. And I'm going to feed them too. I'm going to take them and get some food. At the same time, somebody just snuck a comment in, didn't they?
Yep.
How about Black Wolf? When? That now that's interesting. The Black Wolf, I've shot some of those. It gets a little confusing about Black Wolf, Black Rock. I get those mixed up. Unless you're talking about the carbon one, and I don't really go in for the carbon risers. Not sure why. I just haven't gone down that rabbit hole. But the Black Rock, Black Wolf, whatever they are, Joanna has some of those, and they shoot just fine. And I think it's good to get them from somebody like Lancaster because, coming out of China or Korea or wherever they come out of, if it's the low end bows, it's nice to have somebody on your side if you have any issues with the bow, and quality control may not be the best in the world, and any bow can, you build thousands of something, and even if it's a fancy high-end bow, somebody could make a mistake on it. And, but I haven't heard of any problems with those. Joey liked his. I shot the ones. I think I shot a recurve of his, a longbow of his, and they work great. Yeah, the carbon risers. Yeah, don't know. Don't shoot carbon risers. I don't know. I just me. I'm sure it's light and it's great and it's all that, but I just haven't gone down that trail. Uh, don't know. So we are coming up on 6:28. If nobody else sneaks a question in, I think we can go eat.
Food.
He's liking that. Tech support. You look blurry in the corner. How come you look blurry back there?
Because you're in focus and I'm like 6 feet behind you.
That auto focuses? Huh. Cool. Well, everybody have a good evening, and hopefully these answered the questions. I'll try to remember some of the other questions that people have asked that I haven't really gotten around to, had time to answer, didn't answer properly. And it's way easier sometimes to just throw the camera on and discuss it. And if I let the person who I'm answering know, that way they can interact and ask questions specifically about the different aspects of a bow or what I like or don't like. I just kind of generalize about it and spew out what I think. So, time for kickoff. You guys have fun out there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you out on the archery range or the 3D course or in the forest. Knocking point and leaf. Out. How do we shut this thing down?
Stop streaming.
Where's the button?
To your right on the second display.
This one?
It's blue.
It's blue? That's a...
No, blue to the right, yes. Stop streaming.
Bye for now.
You missed.
Bye for now. This time for sure, Rocky. Okay.
Wait.
Did I just start the streaming again?
Yes, you did, Dad.
Rich Lewis just asked a question about bear.
It's probably gone now.
Rich, you still there? The best way to bear shaft. Well, that's kind of interesting. You still there, Rich? Yes, he's still there. Best way to bear shaft. I don't know about the best way, but what I do is take what I think is close and shoot it at a bag much further than a bag target, much further than I really should. But I kind of have a feeling for it. But it all depends on your level of skill. So I really should do one on paper training. People call it paper tuning. Greg wanted me to do one for Archery 101 paper tuning. So here's the long and short of it, and you won't have to watch that whole video. I would paper tune. This time of year, paper tune. And not paper tune, but paper train. Because when I first started paper tuning, I just go down in the cellar, set up a piece of paper in a frame, and you want to shoot 3 arrows that do exactly the same thing. If they're fletched arrows, good. And you're, 6 feet from the front of the bow, 6 feet from the end of the bow. It's letting you know how the arrow comes out. So bear shafting lets you go a little further downrange, but until you can shoot 3 arrows through a piece of paper the same exact way, and you start to try to bear shaft, you'll drive yourself nuts. Absolutely nuts trying to figure it out. What's going on?
It looks all fuzzy.
Oh. So
okay.
Bear shafting, I take the arrow, if you have a bunch of arrows, and you can hide so much with a set of fletching, just cut the fletchings off of one, shoot it, watch it fly. If you don't get the same, you'll see me get a little sloppy sometimes when I'm bear shafting and I get a little kick in the arrow. But so you really have to really smooth out your release. And once you do that, then just shoot a few down range and watch what it does.
Have you ever shot?
That was
US Park Talk asks, Have you ever tried Olympic archery? How come you don't see anybody over 30 doing it?
What? What? Over 30? Go on last year's LAS Classic. Look at Olympic and look who was shooting off against each other. Butch Johnson is older than I am. And I think he got second or third. So I don't know. How come you don't see? Maybe at the top. So there's a certain skill level, and when they're the best of the best of the best, they're athletes. You look at the guy from Canada, Dwayne. I forgot his Crispin.
Loris Anderson?
No. These guys are serious. They're really athletes. They're not only good, but they're tuning their body to just be perfect all the time. And yeah, you don't see as many old guys shooting at that level, but there are some. There are some. Look at the barebow, some of the barebow guys. But yeah, look at Butch Johnson. He's no slouch. He's been doing it a long time. So, how do you bear shaft, Leaf?
I don't.
So I always advise keeping a bear shaft in your quiver, and every once in a while just shoot it, because that will quickly let me know if I'm messing up my form, or something funny went with the bow. The other thing it'll do, shoot that bear shaft, you mess up on your knocking point, and it shows up really quick with a bear shaft where fletching can sometimes cover it. So I'm a big proponent of that, but I don't have any great recipe where you shoot so many of these and you shoot some with fletching, and one has to be 3 inches. Look at Jimmy Blackman. Look at those other guys. When you get to the higher level, go see how they do it.
Ray asks,
Ray, holy
what,
mackerel.
what poundage are you going to start off with when your shoulder heals?
I don't know. Whatever doesn't hurt when I release the string. It's not the drawing arm, it's the lifting arm. So as long as I was shooting, I don't know if you remember the special technique that I used that was called elephant swings its trunk, or bird dips after it shoots. My super spinatus was torched and I kept shooting, but I couldn't hold the bow up. I can set, if I use Olympic archery, set and scoop the bow up into position with my whole frame, but my shoulder can't hold it. So boom, after I release, I drop the bow. So I don't know, probably 25 pounds. Ooh, here's another good thing. You're getting a new bow, you want to get into archery, your first bow. I recommend something in the 25 to 30 pound range. And people say, oh, but you can build up strength so much better. It's like, hold on, folks. If you want to learn technique, start in the 25 to 30 pound range. Because guess what? If you can release and get your hook and get a clean release with a 25 and 30 pound bow, and you build the muscles and the strength, you go to 40, 45, 50 pound bows, your release is going to be so clean, because the string's just going to, when you relax, it's going to rip it right out of your fingers. You'll have an incredibly clean release. Beginner, first bow, get something in a low poundage. Learn form, learn a nice clean release at low poundages. If you can release cleanly at 25 and 30, it's going to look so much nicer at 35, 40, up to 50 and above. Yeah, you start getting above 50 and you're shooting lots of arrows, it's a bit rough. But yeah, don't know. Again, there was a little bit of, I felt a little twinge because of shock when I was shooting before. Don't know. Probably 25. But again, it's probably the mass. Being able to hold the bow up will be the first thing. So we covered, see how they interrelated, the bear shaft, the release, learning technique, grip, clean release. Just relax the hand. And I think the Super Bowl started, so they're only diehard archers still watching.
And people who don't care about the Super Bowl.
there is that. We're coming up on 35 minutes. Tech support's unpaid after 20. He only got funding for 20.
So now I get dinner.
Okay, we'll feed him. So Ray, hopefully we'll see you at ETAR this year. That would be great. I didn't see you there last year. Maybe I think you said you didn't make it. Looked around for you. If you didn't get there early, it would have been tough with the amount of mud. Finding camping spots was interesting. It was like
Especially
Woodstock for archers. So
except for him.
what's that? We were hammocks. We're golden. We pull into the parking lot. I don't know if you heard about that. We pulled into the parking lot. I said, we're just going to put the car in because we got there early in the morning. Wednesday or Thursday morning, like 1 in the morning or something. And I just pulled in the parking lot and said, just throw the hammocks in the trees. Kind of where very similar, close to where we camped
The
before.
exact same place.
We moved to the exact same spot. We toured the whole place, couldn't find a place to set up a tent any better, and went, we're here. So I think if somebody else could fund his way, Grizzly Jim would love to come back to ETAR, but I don't think it's going to be a yearly event. I don't even think Greg's coming back next year. He's going to try to space different archery festivals, maybe do the Pennsylvania Bowmen or Hunters or where the duck came from, the bird. Baltimore Bowman, other things. He's going to try to hit a few more because he's got that reputation and genre to hold up in 3D archery and see new things. Me, I'm just going to archery camp. Going to PA. Oh, look at that. Rich Lewis going to PA Bow Hunters. Don't know. Towards the end of the year, vacation gets a little fun. If I've got the vacation, probably we'll see you there. That was such a fun time. I had so much fun shooting. I don't have my bow. I was having an issue that time with my shoulder, and I was only shooting a 30-pound fiberglass longbow at those things. Here, fly the duck. That's not a duck, but the flying ducks. That was great fun. Jim would love to come back to ETAR, but international flights, being away from the family, business. Somebody else? Yeah, but he's not planning this year that I know of. So I think that should about cover it. Save up your questions for next time, or send them in. I don't know what you'd send them in. Maybe on this, put in questions for the next Q&A. My profile picture. Mine was for the longest time too. My profile picture or my banner, I don't remember which, was me with shooting the birds spinning around. That I just thought that was the greatest. Some people thought it was a kid's thing. I loved it. Just the birds flying around. Get 2 out of 6, 1 out of 6 or 8 shots if you're lucky. But it was a lot of fun. So they have lots of good. They don't have the courses that ETAR have, but all the other fair-like atmosphere of it, and the running deer. A lot of people really like that running deer. Run back, and they run it at different speeds. I managed to break 3 or 4 arrows hitting the post. Post is this big, holding it up. I hit it 3 or 4 times. Snapped arrows. So cool. I think we should sign off, get some chow. We'll see you guys at the different archery events next year, if everything goes according to plan, and get out there and practice your form, or not even get out there and practice. Get in your cellar. If you've got enough room, or in a wall that you can put a target against, 3 meters. 3 meters. What am I talking about? We're not in Europe.
9 feet.
6 feet. 6 feet into a bale. Piece of paper. Enough so that the arrow comes out of your bow, and it doesn't get much corrected in the first 6 feet anyhow, or 3 feet. And you have enough to hit your bale of whatever foam stuff that you're not going to get yelled at for punching holes in the wall or anything. And practice that form. Practice that. That's what I'd be doing right now if I could shoot. Is working on my release. Back tension, form, release. And good back tension can help with a release, but that's a whole nother story. Whether you choose to use it or not. People with a static release, same thing. Just practice that relaxing release. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Okie doke. Well, folks, this time for sure, unless Richie asks another question before I hit the stop streaming button. See you later. Oh, look at that. Oh, wait. Watch. Watch. Every time you got to ask me to do this. See where I am. Are we ready for this, folks? Are we ready? Holy mackerel! That's a record. That's a record, folks.
Oh,
Signing out. Awesome. Thank you, Rich.